Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast from me, host Imperial Dame. We're off here to a Monday novice fight, a 2 versus 2. And just a note, a lot of patches been out recently, so rather lost all of my replays also rather recently. So, anyways, just heads up there. We shall be watching Perliman and Janwegman here fighting for the Soviet Union. And the 25th Rifle Corps we are seeing here with a Special Rifle Command and a Support Weapon Company up for both players here, sort of going up. Noting here commanders like Guard Motor, Guard Rifle and Shock Rifle. Janwegman with Serve Reserve, Shock Rifle and Shock Army. Opposed to them shall be Starkiller and Doongie of the Kampfgruppe Baumann, with the Starkiller having Jäger Infantry, Jäger Armor and Joint Operations, whereas Doongie has gone straight on here for Mechanized Assault. 2 Assault Grenadier squads already out on the field here. Jawohl. Back here to Perliman, the Kampfgruppe Baumann having been tasked to securing this village as the Rifle Corps holds it up. Who shall be the victor in this fight? I wonder. Either way, though, it's not going to be pretty, otherwise it wouldn't be the Monday novice fight. We're seeing here a bit of focus on the west from Starkiller towards the west, whereas Doongie here striking pretty hard towards the right, leaving this into rather open to the Soviets so far. Rushing straight for the fuel point here with the Assault Grenadier, the MP40s. Primary submachine gun to the German use, but they also used plenty of others, some of different German design, some Soviet, even Italians were used. And so Navy conflict getting caught here between one Assault Grenadier squad man running to the other Assault Grenadier squad commander, deluge of MP40 fire. Being run off there, and fuel point secured for Deutschland, for the Reich. Interesting enough, there's been no activity actually connecting here, which rather means all of these efforts are a bit wasted. I mean, you know, be sure to connect your fuel points if you're going to be making an effort for them. Meanwhile here fighting further on. Not sure why he's keeping their assault guns at range. I mean, they're not really effective at range. I mean, submachine guns, they're well known for their ability to shoot far. Rather quite the opposite. There we go, finally closing in there with the machine stolen. Fighting a bit in the centre, guns, this squad being held up there. Still not securing that point before to taking their positions by a building near the fuel point. Guns are running out in the open, bit of a bad idea. Notice my troops are running away, of course. They can't really shoot back and basically just targets. He will take some damage. Overall, he needs to secure this point. He's first getting around to that now. So a bit there of poor in terms of securing points. Everything. Strafniki arriving there, doing quite a bit of damage here to the soldiers. The soldiers are doing what they can, but ultimately it's simply not enough. These Strafniki tearing through them with their SVT-40s and larger numbers. Pioneers doing what they can. Grace needs to fall into cover in Deckung Männer. Second Grenadier squad arriving. Pioneers need to fall back. Zurückzufangen. Scheiße. And Maximia arriving for Perliman. Looks like there's already another one also going in there. We're seeing a scout car arriving at the same time for Janwegman. Then he's getting suppressed and is fighting onwards. Also needs to consider getting the devil out there. Granatmeer for firing at the Russians. Getting off a nice hit there. MG42 firing in, has a man built, and there we go. Almost getting that cut. Oh, go! Cut got wiped out there for Perliman. That was definitely unfortunate. Grenadiers here, they need to fall back. They're pinned. They're not going to be going anywhere. Meanwhile, Doongie here reforming and getting ready for a fresh counter-attack. MG42 Grenadiers right now support the Assault Grenadiers. We're seeing here that Janwegman has made good progress without any serious resistance now. And slowly advancing here as well. Maxim falling back. Other guns being forced, but they are rather depleting health. Mortar moving up. MG40 remaining here. Shifting up. Going to get caught here by the conscripts. Not a good move. Second Maxim is upon the first Maxim. Gun is getting shredded. Not looking good there. Not looking good. Scout car with none in it, interestingly enough. Normally you'd put something in there, usually a flamethrower, so that tends to be pretty effective. There we go. Strafniki moving in, flanking and assault guys moving up, and there we go, turning into the Strafniki. And he needs to retreat. Bad move right there, gave the Grenadiers and Assault Grenadiers some free experience. Need to be careful there with unit preservation. Maximum firing from outside, small to finding away. Close there to getting the Maxim guns, need to fall back. MG42 covering over here. Assault guns managing to force away the conscious right there, and Maxim there. Oh, direct hit there on the Maxim crew by the mortar, clearing it out. That's rather nasty. Interesting enough, no units there in janwegmans. Whoops. Scout car. Again, that is rather odd. Alternating, he's gone straight on here for a scout car as soon as possible. But he's also lost quite a few units here early on.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
But still, normally you'd expect some kind of... Normally, I mean, the one favourite combination is basically putting some flamethrower engineers in it. And versus units in the cow does that much, and the MP40 equipped assault gunners falls away. Commies now moving in. Without a flamethrower, they're going to be easy target here. Shockers moving in. MP40 is up inside the church. Doing a bit of damage here with the 50 cal machine gun there on the scout cart, but the comm engine is going down. Wooden cart falling apart here. Veteran 2 for the assault grenadiers. Nothing going on in the far west flank. Easy target there for a nice harassment mission, flanking out around the German positions. Alternating in Maxim here, also nice and easy target for recruiting, particularly now the half-tech's moving up and showing no units have to pull back afterwards. So really should just secure that Maxim and set up raids to sort of repel Soviet invaders. Mach schnell, even if it is a junk Maschinengewehr, Heinz. And for those wondering why the Maxim actually had a set of wheels, it was basically because it was up to back in the time where the Soviet army, or Russian army in fact, since it was a Russian army weapon, was largely on foot. And that Maxim was pretty damn heavy, which basically meant it had to be sort of carried on long distances, and having it on wheels made that considerably easier. So that's why it is as it is. Fun little fact there. Flammpanzerwagen near advancing. Germans holding most of the map, but there we go. Nice find being made up the left flank. Grenadiers out in the open. Use cover. Use cover, Starkiller. Guardsman here taking a bit of a beating. Flammpanzer needs to be careful. Grenadiers need to fall back. There we go. Switch of found. Maxim still has been recruited. Grenadiers and Pioneers are finding as well. Engineers lighting several Grenadiers on fire. Rather nasty situation there. Assault Grenadiers bringing up support. Fuel points falling on both sides. Looks like the Germans are ignoring the flanks, and more importantly, the fuel points on the flanks. Flamethrower tank bursting open as flames cause the contents to burst and overpressurize or something like that. Conscripts the scout car they're firing in. Still, interesting enough, no units in it. Not a single unit inside. He's just using it as a support weapon. I mean, you can use it for that, and it's sort of reasonably okay, but still, it's rather surprising to see him not pop a single unit in. Grenade taking up inside the building. Looking not too good. Putties for 2 grenades also need to get out of there.
All enemies of the motherland must die.
And looks like the punish went down. We see a sniper here taking up position in the cemetery. Needs to be careful he doesn't end up interred with the rest of them.
There's a sniper in the area.
Go, sniper gets off a nice hit. They're 2 shock troopers down. Snipers do not care for body armor since they shoot for the squishy bits. Veteran 2 assault was moving in. The scout car they can still put a bit of a challenge. MD42 comes to inside the church. Flammpanzer moving in here. Pioneers need to make a move there for the fuel point. Max are moving about there. Lots of things happening across the map. Sniper there forced away. Scout car could get him. Nothing covering the retreat whatsoever. Can the scout car get him? It could overdrive. It could overdrive. Or, you know, it could not. But if the car moves too fast, Ivan, I'll get car sick. Then why did you join up with the scout cars? I have no choice. I don't like walking. Oh, you idiot, Boris. There we go. Looks like a few shots that penetrate the fuel tank and burst it open.
Shock troops here.
More shock troops arriving there for janwegman.
We are ready for anything.
Mortars up here for both sides. Maxim still not secured. Panzer is charging in on their own. Fortunately, the mortar crew, but Guardsmen are quick to open up there with the DPs. Panzer is actually pulled out of cover. Conscripts moving in as well. MD4 just sitting up here, not healed either. Again, get that Maxim. Get that Maxim.
Engineers have secured the sector.
Assault is here forced away as we're seeing a larger shock troop force moving in there. Lots of units with body armor and submachine guns, so Technically, they were actually assault engineers. Mind you, assault engineers. Not specifically just assault troops, so... Well, although, I mean, the assault engineers were assault troops just now. Finding up there, getting out of the church! Setting up right there, I think that's a mistake. That can happen if you pop an MG and he comes on attack. It will set up. Oh dear, grenade! Oh, it got cleared out! Oh dear, jump! Machine gun right in the front of the Soviets. Machine gun there, close getting cleared out. Conscripts moving in. Large force plans will need to fall back. So works so fun. Not really good unit preservation there. Problematic. Flampanzer around those there to save the day. Interesting enough, they're not securing the MG42 despite, you know, it being right there in front of them. That is utterly odd. Over to Starkiller, who's still not secured the Maxim. And noting no machine guns left for him. Decent amount of resources being floated even. And no commander either. Field gun there getting mortared. Gunneers doing nothing there. Overall units not really doing much, I feel. But stealing away the MG right there in front of Starkiller, janwegman. That bastard. Sniper here with the assault guns covering him, but needs to pull them back. Ah. Not really solid unit to handle, I can't help but feel.
Taking hostile fire!
Points are being secured.
Standing by. Attack awaiting orders.
Guards are moving in there. Quick grenade, Grenadiers. Not retreating, they really should. They don't have a chance against all those guardsmen. Flampan being repaired, Panzers moving forwards. Not an awful lot of kills, in fact now getting Panzers extra on them, so they definitely won't be effective against infantry. Or at least not frightfully. Attack really should also consider getting away. More trying to fly through the air from both sides here. Pack cleared out. One grenade did nice work, that did nice work. I mean, that's good. Flampanzer's ready, but there's an awful lot of infantry, particularly into tank guardsmen. More pushes up here with the shock troopers. No real attempt to stop those.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. Everyone, grenadiers ready.
Overall, the situation looks rather like a mess. Maxim, they're still not secured. And a Panzerstreck was dropped, actually, and he didn't even secure. Oh, the guardsman said secure. That's bad news. Most likely going to get cleared out.
The enemy is taking
Really awkward unit preservation here from Starkiller. And a Sturmgeschütz arrives here. Assault gunners might want to get out of there. As shock troopers in, snipers all retreating. Grenadiers with machine guns here fighting nearby though. And Flampanzer here being dispatched by Starkiller to support Doongie. Few opponent on the left side once more falling to the Soviet peoples. While the grenade squad rushing straight into Maxim, and still no attempt at securing that one. Quite a few shock troopers there being run off with fire and fury. And these grenadiers are simply being met with intense Soviet resistance. And this MG42 straight in front of the church has still not been secured by anyone. I mean, so many machine guns just being left around. Hardly inspiring at all.
Standing by.
And definitely rather novice behavior. In particular, an MG42 should not be left around for anyone to pick up. In particular, the Soviets. Of that matter, just your opponent, depending on what side you are. Generally, you want that thing.
We are losing the sector. Taking empty fire.
Maximir setting up. Nice barrage there from the field gun. Needs to pull back these troops. Panzers charging in. Lots of Panzer Grenadiers for Starkiller. Guardsmen there forced into a rather awkward situation. Pushed back left flank, utterly falling into the common engineers. Large without any resistance. We're seeing here T-34 running for janwegman, driving it straight into a shack. Good driving there. Fedorov.
Pioneers awaiting orders. Here. You want something?
Slow movements from the Germans. Lots of troops need reinforcements. Still the machine gun secured. Stug moving in there a bit blindly. Don't move straight into the conscript. Conscript going to rush straight after that Stug. Soldiers need to fall back as well. So far, no, he's going to lose them, isn't he? Ah, scheiße. What a waste of good German soldiers. Stug needs to fall back as the T-34 continues to advance at the same time. Things are going on here as well. Panzer is forced away. Looks like they hit something unpleasant. Guardsmen also advancing here. Panzer grenades in a really awkward position, not firing back at all. What are you thinking, Starkiller? No, still not securing the Maxim, which could, provide him with precious anti-infantry firepower. Over to Doongie. Shot one assault this ward. He secures the mortar. Flammpanzerwagen hanging around there, not supporting. I mean, lots of units just throwing out all over the place, not really doing much, and still lots of machine guns hanging about, not secured either. I mean, he could easily secure this MD-42 and really get further anti-infantry firepower. But he's not. Overall, German players just seem a bit rubbish at using cover at all. Another incendiary out to the barrage. Need to be careful of that. Pack 40 cleared out. Pack 40 cleared out. MG squad reports again. Panzers moving in. Mortarmen. And again cleared out. I mean, just terrible unit position, terrible unit control here from Starkiller. I mean, so far he seems to be killing more of his own men than stars. That matters the opponents.
We are ready for action. We have a new Panzer IV.
Sniper doing what he can here, shooting through a hole in the fences. Like a vengeful wraith striking out from the cemetery. Now what's going on then? We're seeing a Panzer IV arriving here for Doongie. That might help against some of these things. Still, MG's not secured. I mean, really, what are they thinking? These Panzers need to consider getting out of there. And lost another squad. Again, unit preservation definitely off. They strongly need to work on that. Always, consider, can I actually do anything with those troops? If not, retreat. Stug here, down with engine T-34. Stug's out with a chance. We're seeing shock troops through the cemeteries now. Oh, he retreats straight through the shock troops. Ah, my God, what a lucky bastard! He runs straight through that. Stug moving in blindly after the T-34, exposing the square to the other T-34, but there's a Panzer IV, thankfully that saved day, but the anti-tank grenade goes off. Stug mindlessly plows on. T-34 takes damage. Stug turns. Sturmkanone 40 firing away there. T-34 like going to go down. That's going to janwegman. At the same time, infantry rushing in from behind. Still the MD-40 is not secured. Still, and there you go. T-34 down. Further advance up here. Mr. Starkiller proving to be rather helpless against the Soviet onslaught.
Awaiting orders. That's it. Fully reinforced.
And the Germans in general seemingly just having a hard time holding on to any fuel. Then this squad there wiped out. Just constant losses here for Starkiller. Stug and Panzer IV repairs. We are seeing plenty of missions here. We could be utilised on light artillery barrages to provide Starkiller with some kind of support. And we're seeing this heavy Panzer co-op. He's barely got any units. He's still aiming for that.
Sniper here.
Dangerous, dangerous. Looks like Mr. Doongie is aiming for a Tiger tank by now. Looking at his resources, going to need fuel for that, and they again don't quite have the fuel. At the very least, they should get some fuel caches up, but they really need to hold on to one of those fuel points for more than just a few minutes at a time. Visiting a support them coming to go here for janwegman, interestingly enough.
We need orders. Kampfwagen is
No sign of lightest Infantry being found in support here of the Germans. In time to pop back here to Perliman. With 3 Guards infantry squads, that's definitely a lot of guardsmen.
Anti-tank support? Red Army, at your service. Guard squad ready.
All a bit quiet, all a bit quiet. Not much going on. He's finding the Germans securing the right hand side. But again, the Germans are really coordinating poorly, which the CoH2 are doing to a nicer degree, but also Starkiller just really has rubbish unit preservation, really should not be operating without supervision, it seems. Also, he seems to have one of his favourite tank bases just running straight at units out in the open. I mean, that's not what you generally do with rifle units, say not while fighting shock troops. Instead, he ends up wasting a lot of gun. This might lose another squad here. Again, Starkiller really needs to look at his infantry tactics, which just seem utterly abhorrent. Guardsmen here firing into support. Panzer's being forced away. Panzer 4 doing what they can here from the side, but field gun and guardsmen are flanking. Panzer 4 needs to quickly fall back. Still no sign of light artillery barrels, we can still do some damage, and we're seeing a mortar here. Mines going up there. Mortar rounds falling all over the place. Panzer here with a quick Geballte Ladung on the shock troopers. Actually doing a nice bit of damage there, leaving several shock troopers lifeless. And there we go, Sturmpanzer 4 has arrived. Interesting move. At the same time, incendiary artillery barrage needs to retreat those Panzer Grenadiers. Retreat! Oh dear, a bit late there. Jesus wasted manpower. Assault gets straight over the mortar crew and mine, and good night. SU-5 here rolling out for Perliman, and with another tank destroyer on the way. And we also learning here that Doongie is floating an absurd amount of manpower. Just get a fuel cache up. Just spend your manpower for something. Don't just wait for the Tiger blindly. Never mind, considering how passively he's playing, could easily use some older resources. For example, set up some bunkers and set minefields. Just do something with all that manpower. Even if you're waiting for a Tiger, you've still got 600 manpower to spend with ease. I mean, Christ almighty. Sturmpanzer here, just moving about, it seems a bit senselessly. Again, Starkiller seems hardly coordinated. S-Mines have here to cover this spot, an interesting idea. SU-5 here pushing out, Panzer 4 needs to fall back. Stu also needs to fall back. Reverse move, not sure why it's going like that. Oh no.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Missing here, Perliman and janwegman coordinating an assault here. MG, by the way, still not taken up by anyone. Stu not pulling further back at the very least. This is used target weak point. They're between 2. Target weak point. Doongie, target. Ah, scheiße. Waste of German armor there. S-Mine field really doing. Oh, shock troopers wiped out. Actually doing something good here. Then he's sneaking in from another side. Mortar round goes down. It's almost wiped out. SU-5 cooking off so many S-Mines. It's like fireworks at kneecap level. Utter mess, and the Sturmpanzer 4 is just doing nothing. And he's still floating a ton of resources. He's still blindly waiting for that Tiger tank. Doing nothing to speed up the process whatsoever. Even when they lose the fuel point again. My gosh. Looks like the Sturmpanzer 4 is finally getting a bleeding move on. With a Katyusha now on the way for Perliman, there go. 150mm howitzer shell just shatters the wreckage, and poor Yuri.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands. AT gun here. Tank destroyer here.
And there we go, Panzerkampfwagen 5 arriving here to support the Kampfgruppe. Guardsmen taking another hit, managed to secure DP, they drop. Still no one securing that maximum either. And finally he gets his Tiger tank. And finally begins expending some all that other manpower as well. About bleeding damn time. Mark vehicle up here on the Sturmpanzer 4. Need to pull it back. Need to pull it back. Nice hit there from SU-85, and he's actually moving the Sturmpanzer 4 ahead. What are you thinking, Starkiller? In fact, he's moving straight in front of all the enemy's anti-tank weapons. Why are you not? Why didn't he pull it back? That made no sense whatsoever. I mean, that was just terrible. I mean, you don't move a tank around that has been marked in front of any anti-tank weapons, or an assault gun for that matter. You should have pulled it back, reversed, moved up through, instead he moved it like, what was he thinking? I mean, Starkiller just really seems to have some terrible unit preservation here. And Blob moving forward, getting Katyusha, not looking good either there. The assault being pretty obvious. Heavy losses. Assault guys need to fall back, that's for sure. We just see a huge blob retreat. Tiger tanks advancing right there, crushing conscripts and shock troopers with its mighty 88mm gun. Oh, nice hit there, shattering 3 shock troopers with 1 hit. Outstanding. Careful. Looks like the SU-85 might go down, Why he didn't flank it up there previously is beyond me. He could have done that. Panther needs to fall back. Zurückzufahren. Nur eine bessere Positionen. And he's still popping in his machine gun right there in a church, which is starting to look rather dangerously unsafe.
The enemy is taking what we have secured. Enemy machine gun.
Tiger slowly advancing, a comic going forth back.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Field guns at the edge of the minefield. Slightly wondering if they're not. Oh, and the Tiger hits a mine and shite, it's a heavy engine damage.
Engineer squad.
More infantry rushing ahead. Horseman going off, looks like that was the last one. Looks like this should go down, but this Tiger needs to get out of there. If only they had something to pop down to smoke, they could provide a bit of cover for it. Looks like someone's popping smoke here. Looks like a mortar right here from Perliman. Sadly too late. Get both pioneers on that Tiger and stop blobbing up. Begin using cover, Doongie. There you go, Tiger coming under fire. He's still got munitions to lay down an artillery barrage on that field gun if it feels like it. And there we go, we actually see a incendiary artillery gun down, all need for supporting it. Looks like, by the way, the empty fortune from the church was finally secured. Took them bloody well damn long enough. Come on, light artillery barrage, you've got the munitions, light artillery barrage. Summon the lightest Infanteriegeschütz. Shed on fire. Instead he fires 2 rifle grenades, he's just basically trying to finish it off properly. Another field gun now moving in, and it's his veteran G2. Tiger is doomed. More rockets flying through the air. Just like they just don't care. Panther and half tank and there is a little coordination between the 2 German players compared to the 2 Soviet players.
Ready to fire.
And looks like we're seeing artillery up here for Starkiller. Let's see if we can actually do something. That looks like he's actually getting numerous kills already. That's something.
The unit count is increasing.
That is something. Albeit not an awful lot at the moment.
Ready.
Chaos all across. The Germans have managed to push back the Soviets, but at what cost? At what cost? And it is time for the mid-game analysis. Currently the Germans are holding all 3 victory points. They're holding in the most of the map. They're not quite holding all their fuel points, but otherwise they're pretty much holding most of the points. In fact, they're holding both munitions points. And they certainly also possess some armour. The Soviets, though, aren't out of the match either. They've got numerous Katyushas, they've got S-35s, they've got some infantry, all at the same time Perliman has taken a bit of beating as well. They have some veteran artillery, and they have a bit of this and that. But overall, I mean, they're still in the fight, but they've actually taken a bit of a beating, but so have the Germans. In fact, the Germans taking a massive beating in the process themselves, and they are definitely not looking too good either. Plus, the battlefield is littered with equipment, machine guns, mortars, packs, none of which is sort of getting actually, you know, utilized and resecured, which is definitely bad. I mean, now we see the Germans actually added in some more serious artillery, none of that rocket stuff. Let's just have some proper guns. Of course, we also got a large infantry force here, which is probably the largest one of all 4 players, though at the same time rather important to note that it might have a limited effect because Doongie is rather a blobber, and again that rather tends to end up badly a lot of the time. You can also see in terms of, you know, who's doing best. I mean, again, Doongie and Perliman are the ones sort of pulling their team, as janwegman and Starkiller, in particular Starkiller, are the ones being dragged after, which does highlight some of the issues at the moment going on. In particular, I mean, Starkiller really needs to work on his unit preservation and, you know, utilize cover. For the Germans, so they need to sort of begin setting a defensive tactic. They need to pull back the Panthers to more to a reserve position. They need to pull up some infantry, secure some of these weapons, have Maxims, field guns, mortars ready to set up to sort of throw back a third assault, set up some bunkers here, perhaps some S-mines and teller mines. Get that pack as well, just basically secure also the utilize the fact they have both munition points to really get down a lot of mines and other stuff. I mean, that's definitely something, and I suppose otherwise get some armor out on the field. And also, since Starkiller has gone for joint operation, he should probably consider getting an officer out and also pack 43. That way, being able to also lay down a pretty hefty anti-tank field, but also having something to sort of, you know, coordinate his infantry a bit better with. For the Soviets, they need to sort of push outwards, they need to do pretty aggressively. They do have one advantage, which again, that the German players are not really good at coordinating, so if they basically attack one at a time with both of them, they could probably force away the German players rather nicely. They should also put some effort on the flanks, but again, the Germans really aren't paying much attention. They should also mine more, sort of draw some in there. I think if they do that, basically play divide and conquer, and that's hardly difficult with these German players, they are likely going to win. The Germans, on the other hand, need to coordinate better, and again, they need to sort of set up some better defenses and preserve their units a lot bloody better as well. I mean, that's really one of the major issues. In particular, Starkiller really seems to have an absolutely abysmal unit preservation in some regards. I mean, that actually, the Sturmpanzer 4 being lost there was dreadful. Just simply dreadful. But over here to Starkiller and back to the fight. Field gun there sorted out. Might clear another. We're seeing a huge shock to the force coming in. Panthers forced away. Church collapsing. Under the weight of numerous rockets. We're just seeing a huge wave of German infantry. Equipped with a massive light machine guns, advancing and Sokka's leading the way. Without any supporting, straight into the T-35 tank, continuing. I have no idea what he's thinking there. Panther moves in. Mine's going down there, that is good. Mine going off, they're killing numerous Panthers. One Panther's needs to fall back already. Panther opening up the T-34, but under flank fire here from a field gun. And he's not even moving back. Panther was T-34 clearly running around the Panther, he didn't even pull it back. What are you thinking, Starkiller? Unit preservation, you're just wasting your armor again and again. Asian 5 with focus sight moving in, and Panther went down. A waste of good German equipment. And again, blobbing away, and really the way he's using this blob here is absolutely terrible. I mean, it's light machine guns, they don't fire on the move. I mean, it's just a terrible blob even. I mean, this is just a pointless blob because, again, I mean, you simply can't fire on the move. And even though it takes some time, so immediately you end up losing a lot of men. Well, it's just not very good. Another Stuk though has arrived here for Doongie. T-34 lights go down. Combat might also be lost here for all eternity. West side is flanking quickly. We're seeing mines going down there. Good, good. Good, good. But again, also partly due to the fact the Germans are rather poor at defending their flanks as well. And a KV-8 has arrived here for janwegman, tearing into the Grenadiers with little support. There's a Stuke, but that's it really. Finding away there with its cannon on the KV-8, shots bouncing off. Grenadiers need to fall back, smoke going down there to cover. Nice idea, nice idea. SU-5 moving up, Stuke needs to fall back, so works so fine. Grenadier squad wasted. Again, unit preservation is clearly not one of Starkiller's skills. Grenadier in the intended path. Alright, dodge there, artillery finding way again. 10 kills here on the howitzer. Flank punch moving into flank. Looks like the howitzer was actually able to wipe out something. Firing straight into the base there. Naughty, naughty Starkiller.
Panther ready.
Still no maximum secured here. Panther moving out here again. A second Panther for Starkiller and the Kampfgruppe. Veterans you won.
Our opponents are seizing the sector. The squad of pioneers has arrived. Ingun turret has been installed.
No need to have focus sight all the time on the SU-5. Impossible not when you're moving out like that. In fact, we're just going to make it easier to find out Panther jump maneuver. There we go, he actually pops it off. Good, good. Fighting which pushes on here in the right flank. Doongie having a hard time holding back this massive amount of here. The KB is proving to be quite his arch nemesis. Banding away with all of his infantry, his nice blobs. But here he might be making a mistake. He's exposed in the rear of the KV-8 to the Stuke. And Panther's also rushing in. Finally seems like the Germans are actually calling anything. Just a bit, just a bit. The cemetery seems to have been utterly defiled in the process though. There's barely anything standing here. Just a few tombstones, but now look more like two road markers than anything. Smoke going down there, a nice move there, perhaps a bit, not much though. Panther quickly moves through, and there we go, KV-8 abandoned. And there we go, KV-8 kaput, good job there, good job there. Anti-tank grenade failed to penetrate the silk armor of the Panther. Another Stuka running up for Doongie, just huge hordes of infantry in the base doing nothing. Come on, Doongie.
I'm so sick of these Russian assholes. They're throwing grenades.
Panzer's getting grenaded. Half the squad right out there. SU-5 moving ahead. Panther should present its front to the SU-5. Present the front. Mark vehicle up. And he's moving it straight front. Why is he doing that? He's... And, oh, he handed over his Panther to the opponent. That was just really poor thinking. Why on earth would he be moving it towards the enemy's lines when he was at Mark vehicle on it? That was just terrible. Further blobbing on there, and now basically just hand over Panther. Oh, shit. Panther's here getting veterans free. Garston here running about, but they're not going to have much luck there. Grand Panther are not providing support. Garston being forced away there with nasty losses. A bit of a bug, it would seem. He's not even securing the victory point. And these Panzers looks like they're in mind. They need to retreat. Or at least have that flank Panzer reinforce them first before they do anything. Before they do anything. Mortar finally secured by someone. Anti-tank was secured by the conscripts. Panzer is down to one man. Can he make it? Can he make it? Looks like the flank Panzer might go up first. Man to reinforce one member. Mortar in the middle of everything. Perliman clearly wasn't thinking there. Ended up wasting a veteran free mortar crew. Popping over here to Doongie. More secured by a few pioneers, Flampanzer Pioneer, or Flam Pioneer being here with the conscripts. Field barrels going in there, lots of death, explosion, enemies pushed away. Rockets going in on everything. CoH2 being caught up in their own rocket artillery. Another huge human wave assault right there from Doongie. I think he might be mistaken as to who he's playing with. And again, he's doing it with LMG troops again, really not understanding how machine guns work. Another light barrage to break up this horde. Good move there, good thinking, good thinking. In this case, a bit late. Shock troops are quick to arrive on the scene. More field guns arriving, more field guns. Katusha close there to getting wiped out. Veteran 2 on the howitzer. Fortifying, good usage in the arming rounds. Explosions left and right. So much going on all across the front.
Under attack! Look out! Put in! Tank is firing on us!
Grenades left and right, explosions left and right as well. Units retreating, units advancing, points being secured, points lost.
Pioneers ready for anything! Grenadier squad at full strength!
Flanks poorly guarded.
Assault guns standing by. The enemy is taking our territory.
How to look? Oh, might have gotten the engine right here on the Katusha, and there we go. Good night. Good night.
Grenadiers reinforced!
Nice job there from the lighter Feldhaubitz. One of two, well, the primary howitzer for the German army, there was also the Schwerer Feldhaubitz, 15 centimeters, the one we know as the artillery piece mounted on the Hummel and Company's 1. Though they did have a series of smaller howitzers, or also known as the Infantry, which were on a battalion level, and for example is what this ability utilizes, the lighter ones, for example. T-34, not KV-8 and T-34-76 arriving. Battlefield pretty much still a mess, no sign of a Pack 43 from the Germans, which could perhaps help. And again the huge blob advances, down with a few pantry extra support, but still blob.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And floating a massive amount of manpower again. Field gun there sorted out. Panther moving around here from Starkiller once more. How long will this one last? I wonder. KV-8 moving in. Full retreat there from the blob. Stu and Panther. Panther's X-firing right there. KV-8. And they need to fall back. They might get... Oh! Panther from the enemy moving in. Soviet Panther. The German one. They need to focus that one down. KV-8 close going down. KV-8 close going down here. Field guns... Nope. Never mind. There we go, KV-8 down. Can they get the enemy Panther? There we go, field gun has arrived opening on the Panther. Panther needs to pull back. Stu needs to be firing on the Panther as well. Enemy Marlin City going in. Pull back the Panther. This one also needs to be pulled back and back to perliman. T-34 moving in, Panther pulling back. Not risking anything with that. Good move. Whereas Starkiller once more pulls it close to the front line. And another managing, breaching good common sense when it comes to armor handling. In fact, he's moving it closer and closer. Despite being in a state where one shot could cook it off.
We are awaiting orders. Down! Heads down! We are ready. We are losing territory.
What are you thinking, Starkiller? What are you thinking? Only one pioneer squad, by the way, to repair it.
Our enemy has only two.
And so close to the front line, you're seeing here that perliman is reacting with alacrity to this massive breach in common sense from Starkiller sending in SH-35. In this case, it seems to be actually reacting a bit ahead and thinking that perhaps this was not a good idea to place his Panther in.
The territory is in our hands.
Slightly better. Howitzer firing away without any further hits or kills.
Our headquarters is taking enemy fire.
Straight into the German base by the looks of it. Nope, calling in artillery. Using a bit of reconnaissance. Straight here. Hoping to catch some units, actually doing a bit of damage. And again the blob advances, Can it do anything this time around? More light artillery. Panther fires there on the Panther. No armoured support though. Panther's forced away.
Tank destroyer here. Assault gunner ready for action.
Shock troops are advancing, picking up more Panther dropped by Doongie's troops. Panther moving in here, can it do it? With only half health though, can it do it? And there we go, buttoned up. A bold attempt but end up failing for well, somewhat obvious reasons. This time looks like he might pull it away safely. Panther's wing to flank on the other side with Panther checks. Close to getting into the 5, close.
We can't be promoted.
Doesn't help, but he's trying to hunt it with focus sight on. What are you thinking? Perliman, what are you thinking? There we go, damaged engine. That SU-5 is lost for all time. Panther is the well wiped out here by these eventually 3 guardsmen. T-45 by the way available. No, he immediately goes straight on to 2 SU-5s. So there we go. Looks like he realises he has another option.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
And immediately summons a pair of T-45s.
Taking fire!
Ready for orders. Da, comrade.
Katyusha continues to bombard. Doongie continues to hoard up and, well, basically waste manpower in many regards. So does Starkiller. Staunchly refusing to utilize cover. And not sure what he intended these Panthers for the anti-tank rifle to do. Come on, retreat, Starkiller. About damn time. MG42 getting veterancy 2. Points are ticking down for the Soviets. Actually, that's the one place where the Germans do seem to be holding on alright. MG42 holding back the shock troopers advancing. Tanks are quickly moving up. Panther moving in over to janwegman. MG though lost in a nasty incendiary barrage, so advancing all across the front. T-35 is pushing away. Stu needs to fire. Target weak point. Target weak point. Looks like he's still saving up for a Tiger tank. And we got veterans 1 for the Panther. Meanwhile, Doongie's infantry is getting utterly massacred and utter collapse here of the situation. In fact, the Soviets seem to be pushing forwards all across. Tiger number 2 soon to be called in here for the Kampfgruppe.
Incendiary artillery is now available.
Taking full-out fire!
Panzer gonna need to be careful. But again, it's Starkiller, so they're likely to end up dead. Tiger arrives, again just lots of interesting thing about. Artillery continues to fire away. Sadly, he's not had any great success after that one Katyusha. T-34 is advancing. Tiger standing back doing nothing. Come on, Doongie. Come on.
Incoming rounds!
More than 2 wiped out.
We are ready for anything.
Yes, comrade?
2 T-35s and a Panther. Perliman definitely has got a nice collection of armour.
Engineers ready for assignment.
Up down!
Shock troopers in peril as German infantry advances en masse.
Get up! We're taking fire!
At the same time, T-34's field gun and looks like the Panther might get on the move soon. Quick incendiary artillery on this advancing infantry horde. Which will likely cause a lot of problems there for Doongie. There we go.
The enemy has 100 points remaining.
We're under attack!
Go field guns, tanks advancing on the right flank. Will the Tiger react? Looks like it is. By pulling back the assault gets forced away as well. There we go, Tiger versus Panther. Quickly bits blitzing around. Mark vehicle up as well. Mark vehicle really proving its worth here. Shocking the Panther. Nice, nice. And there you go, trying to ram it. Ran out of steam just enough, but still.
The enemy has 70
Tiger has its reach exposed. It's still taking a lot of hits there. And a lot of damage. There we go. All of a sudden down to less than half health. Do not underestimate the potency of Mark vehicle. Do not.
Incendiary artillery barrage ready to fire.
There we go, veteran 2 for the Panther. Tiger down, Tiger down.
Soviet territory has increased.
Panther here doing
The enemy
little.
has only 50 points remaining.
And overall, just an utter massacre of the Germans by now.
We took those infantry lesson.
Just an utter massacre. Not really much left to point out here. Might as well just speed this up.
We are taking losses!
We have
Because the
nearly
Germans really
won.
have nothing left to
The
assist
enemy is
with.
down to 25 points.
Taking fire!
The people anticipate our victory. The enemy has...
And there we go, game over. A brutal loss for Germany. The Kampfgruppe Baumann failed to clear out the village, instead taking massive casualties, attributed largely to the fact that the commanders were poor in utilising cover, poor in pulling their units out in time, poor in not blobbing up, in particular, whatever the bloody well his name was. Doongie there really had a nasty tension with that, and also losing a lot of infantry in the process. The really Starkiller was the one really lacking behind overall, suffering a lot of needless casualties in particular. Poor usage of armor, in particular from Starkiller. Again, I mean, he'd constantly pull them out in front of the enemy, get them knocked out. Clearly didn't seem to have any tactical awareness when it came to utilising his armor on the battlefield, which generally resulted in a massive waste of armor. Poor use of commanders, poor tactics. I mean, you know, there's really a lot of there with some lot of basic mistakes. I mean, really just kept driving his tanks up with barely any health out in front of the enemy. He seemed to, you know, not pull back when he had marked vehicle on. Doongie kept saving up for a Tiger without ever managing to actually do anything with it. Poor support of it, poor usage of it, floating manpower constantly while trying to get one. No fuel caches, poor coverage of the flanks. I mean, barely any mines, barely any bunkers, barely anything at all. I mean, in that regard, they ended up handing over a lot of fuel to the Soviet players. Really had a ton of it throughout the match. As well, the Soviets also had some problems there with unit preservation. Their tactics were also pretty rudimentary in several cases, which certainly also resulted in the Soviets suffering a lot. But at the same time, I mean, they actually worked together. Ultimately, it was teamwork that decided this match because the Soviet players were actually able to work together. The Germans had a lot more problem with it, plus other series of fundamental mistakes overall meant they simply got bashed in. So, there you go. I hope you've learned something from it. I sincerely hope you do. If you did, want to subscribe, tell your friends, send in provide some feedback in the comments. If not, well, sorry to hear that. But anyways, if you did like, share with everyone. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers and see you tomorrow.